Yeah.
She's an actor, she's a star. I must confess, I'm a fan, but I'm a fan from an old film of hers, 2010-11, Peri Mersal in Tamil cinema. She has a smile that could set the box office ablaze, but we're not here to talk movies, are we? She's refused to talk movies today. She says she wants to talk about her life after, because she's much more than an actor. She's an entrepreneur, she's a philanthropist. She runs an NGO which funds infant children in Andhra Pradesh who need medical support. And she's done some fascinating work. She's spoken about her life, her illness, her struggles in life, all quite openly. And today she wants to talk about being authentic. And I asked her a short while ago behind stage that, Madam, actors and television anchors can never be authentic. Authenticity is a skin deep for them, because the moment the camera comes up and the lights are on, we're only out to play to the gallery. Would you agree?
Hi, Veera. I think the conversation that we had earlier was extremely enriching, and I hope we can recreate that on stage. Actually, the reasons you mentioned is the very need for authenticity, don't you think? It's that it might just be the need of the hour to be a little more open, a little more vulnerable, a little more yourself. Because let's be honest, we've tried the route of perfection and it does not work. It actually distances people from you. And I know that this industry, it curates a version of you that is, everyone talks the same way, wears the same clothes, says the same things, does not say certain things. So I think, yes, the industry has curated us to perfection, and we lived that perfection for way too long.
You say that, but does that mean that Instagram likes don't matter to you? When you post an Instagram video and another star gets much more likes than you, does it not matter to you?
Oh, we're still there, is it? We're comparing Instagram likes. Okay, let's be completely honest. It is a struggle. I don't think that authenticity is the final destination. It's a work in progress. All I can say is that I'm showing up here and wanting to do better, saying that I don't have everything sorted, I don't have my life sorted, but I'm able to speak about it and say that, listen, I'm not perfect, I don't have it all together, I might stumble, I might make mistakes, I'm trying to do better.
And
is a start, maybe?
How is the reaction? I mean, when do you get acceptance? When you get negative, let's say, trolled on social media? And I think everybody lives in an image, right? It's very easy to turn around and say philosophically that I want to be out of the image. How authentic can you really be as a movie star? Like, for instance, you may have had experiences with some movie stars which you would want to speak about openly, but you don't want to. You're worried about what can happen, the kind of pushback that you can get, right?
But I'm talking about authenticity with my own journey. I'm not talking, and I can't begin to explain or proclaim that I know someone else. It's their life story, and I can't really comment on their journey. But I can speak for myself and speak it as and keep it as real as possible.
Give me an example, real life example, of something that you put out on social media or something that you told the world, saying, look, this is because this is who I am. I'm not the star that you all think on screen. I'm somebody else. And I want to tell you all that this is the person I am. And the response you got, what happened?
I think my life has been, anyone who has followed any little part of my journey, I think, is very well aware of all of the personal struggles and the separation, my illness, everything has been very, very public. And it does come with a lot of repercussion. It comes with a lot of trolling, a lot of judgment, and you're constantly judged for being open and vulnerable. But at the same time, I think that there is a large group who needs that, especially today, because I don't think there existed a time like ours where everyone has access to how the top 1% of the world lives, where they vacation, their homes, their yachts, someone in a village now has access to that information, and I think that can be really demotivating. You have no chance at that kind of life, right? So at a time on social media when you have that kind of access, I think and I believe that it's most important now that we also be responsible. And if there are people and if there are young kids who are looking up to us, we have to make sure that we are being as responsible as possible. Because I am ambitious. I'm very, very ambitious. But I do believe that ambition should be linked to purpose. It should be linked to a group of people having a better quality of life, a problem being solved. Ambition should just run wild. It should come attached with certain responsibility and purpose. And that is why I feel that it's very important for the youth today to select their mentors very, very carefully, because that can define their entire life. That can define how stable their mental health is, what they can afford to dream, what they can learn from other people's failures. Today, I might not have, you said I'm an entrepreneur, but where did I get all of this knowledge to do business? I selected my mentors very well on social media. I listened to hours and hours and hours of podcasts and educated myself, and I found really, really good mentors who changed my life, who changed the trajectory of my life. So I think that is the reason that more people in higher positions should be more authentic.
But let me give you the flip side. You're also doing now an Amazon series. Now, if you were to talk here about Ooh Antava or that Amazon series song, there would be 1 million views for that conversation. When we are talking substance, there'll be 500 views.
Right.
So how does one decide? I mean, this is about, you are a star.
Right.
You're fueling that as well at one level.
Yes.
At the other level, you're turning around and saying that I want to do something of purpose.
Right.
How do you reconcile the two?
It is an effort, and one does not exist without the other. It is because of that, like early on in my career, I came from nothing. I came from the most humble background. I had nothing, and my family struggled to even put food on the table. And from that, my first film...
This was all in Chennai?
Yes, this was in Chennai. And from my very first film, it exploded. I became a star overnight. And there was name, there was fame, there was wealth, there was applause. And to be honest, I didn't know what to do with it. Because I think authenticity is the sum of your upbringing. And if you are not in balance with that upbringing, there can be turmoil. So I didn't feel that I was worth all of this adulation and applause that I was receiving. And instead of making me happier and more, it should have made me very happy. It should have made me feel on top of the world, but it didn't.
It's like, Salim Khan saying in one of those sayings that success has destroyed more people than failure does, right? So fame has its own flip side to it. This is a journey that everybody goes through at some level or the other in terms of reinventing themselves. Was there a moment?
Yes, to come back to your question is, I found that by using that visibility to create value, and that was when I realized that I have found my purpose. That both exist hand in hand, but what you do with that visibility and what you do with this platform is what matters in the end, right? Don't you think so? You disagree?
No, I don't disagree, but I'm just wondering, what do you do with the platform if you're going to continue fueling one side that is there, this is there? You're sitting here and we're having this conversation because you're a star. You're now turning around and saying that I'm going to search for purpose. Search
for purpose in every single aspect of my life. Like today, if I'm sitting down at the peak of my career, I gave up films for 2 years because I want to do films that add a layer to me as an actor, as a person, and those films are very scarce. They don't come very often. So this is while when you say I'm fueling both, but I'm making sure that they are aligned.
That's right. And I'm going to get to movies a little bit because it's inevitable that's there. So was the choice to do a family man when you were this star outside,
Right.
to do a role like Raji?
Right.
Was it something that's conscious? Was it a product of this?
Absolutely.
Or was it the reverse? Did the role come and then you realized that was it?
No, I think I went searching for this role. No one would have given me this role. If you compare the films that I've done in the South, I've always played the girl next door, the very sweet, likable girl. Raji was completely different from anything that I've ever played before.
And now you're becoming like the Angelina Jolie of India with your next series, Citadel, as well. You're like, in fact, when we were all stuck outside and somebody told me that Samantha is stuck outside, I said she'll jump over the SPG and try and come with her martial arts tricks inside.
Right.
Yeah, but is that part of the journey now? This is the kind of roles you're going to do? You're not going to do another Antava? Is that, can we take that as a...
Yes, I think the reason I did Antava was to just, because I wanted to see if I could.
Okay.
I mean, it was a challenge I gave myself, because honestly, I never considered myself to be sexy. And no one was ever giving me any kind of bold roles. And I just thought of it as a challenge. It was a one-time thing.
It was a one-time thing. I have a bit of a surprise for you. We have Dr. Merritt Moore, who is a quantum physicist who also opened this conclave with a ballet dance. I'm going to ask her to come up on stage in a bit. But before that, your martial arts has become quite a signature move these days. And I asked her how you're going to do some martial arts, because she had promised that she'd perform something on stage. I asked her how you're going to do that with the heels. What's your answer to that?
Little people were born on stilts.
So why don't you show us how martial art move can be done with heels?
Yeah, but you never told, but this salwar is a problem. It's not the heels that's the problem. It's the.
So you can't do martial arts in a salwar?
It just doesn't.
So maybe then we can play the NDTV breaking music, and then maybe you and Dr. Merritt Moore can dance together.
I would love to see this.
Dr. Merritt Moore, can you please come on stage? Please, a big round of applause for Dr. Merritt Moore. Can we have the NDTV house music as well as they come on stage? You guys figure out what you're going to do. It's all impromptu. No, maybe Dr. Moore, Samantha, Ruth, Prabhu. So we were wondering if we play the music impromptu, if the two of you... I will do it. You teach me what to do and I'll do it. Okay, you can teach both of us a move, a dance move. I don't know how good I'm going to be on it, but we'll try. Okay? Let's play the NDTV house music, please.
We're doing a follow-along, just
I just wanted to ask you, Dr. Moore, you also spoke about reinventing yourself and substance. You heard her story as well. Is there anything you'd like to exchange notes with her? Something that you'd like to share, and maybe you can share back with her?
Well, I love what you were saying about authenticity and finding yourself and finding your voice. So I do find with dance or any activity, there's ways that you can just move your arms or move your legs, but if you find that inner voice or that breath that motivates it, that's the communication that we're looking for. So it was so inspiring to hear about that, really focusing on the authentic voice and letting everything else lead.
That's amazing. I believe that breath has a lot to do with it, with energy. And just before I came on the stage, I did a bit of breathing, and it immediately settles you. So I do understand the power of breath.
It was hard to when I was explaining the movement or trying to, I was like, I wanted to express that, like coming
Maybe we
from
should
the...
maybe we should get everyone in the audience to do the step that she's trying to teach us to do. It helps. Possibly whoever is interested in the audience to try it out could possibly try.
Thank you. Okay, so I think it just starts with the breathing. So
could we play the music again, please?
and I'll
I
speak
don't
over
think she
it.
needs the music. I think she...
Yeah, but it's just coming from understanding what one's feeling and the emotions and the sensations, and just having a breath and then letting the movement come from that, no matter what that movement, whatever the movement comes out. It's like, it's not about what it looks like, it's really about the sensation and the feeling of it.
And can you do that in front of an audience? Can you just forget that there's an audience and just focus on your breath and do the move?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Should we do? Oh,
That's a lesson for it.
Yeah.
Any final advice, Samantha? I know there is much to talk about, but we've run short of time here. Anything you'd like to share, most importantly, as part of your journey that you've traveled? Perhaps the one lesson that we could take away from you this evening.
I think the power of breath, actually. I realized that meditation has become a non-negotiable for me. And it grounds me. So I think that if someone is on the fence about trying meditation, I think you must.
Okay, sounds like
meditation is the greatest tool.
This sounds like an early morning philosophy class, at a health class. But finally, you say that with the salwar kameez, it's not possible to show a martial art move for us? I mean, does the attire then restrict us?
Yeah, I mean, I can do that.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you can use me as the guinea pig. Okay. That's just punching. All right, that's just punching. All right, punching. But thanks very much, Samantha, Ruth, Prabhu. Thanks very much,
Thank you.
Dr. Merritt, for joining us here.